Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. A new patch came live on this past Tuesday and I took my time to test things out, and I also looked further into emerging issues and bugs. It's time to go over patch 17.5. As previously announced by Bethesda, the new February patch came live in the past Tuesday, but it didn't add much to the game. In other words, it's a really small patch, mostly focused on stability and backstage preparation work for the upcoming Wastelanders DLC coming in April. Now, things haven't been looking so well for Fallout 76. In the past week, we saw the rise of at least 5 major exploits, and some of them remain live to this very date. We also saw a new wave of griefing in adventure mode, where people can bypass PACIFIST and kill anyone they want. Even a new bug that doesn't register crafted and looted items came to my knowledge. Anyway, regarding patch 17.5, we have only a few points to review, but the concerning part here is that lots of new and old bugs have emerged and are affecting the gameplay of thousands. Moving on, new Atomic Shop entries were added this week and dozens more have been recently data mined. Lastly, PAX East is happening tomorrow, February the 28th, and Bethesda is going to show a Wastelanders Preview at their Bethesda Game Days panel. This will serve as a reminder, as some of you requested me in a previous video. Without any further delay, let's start with the patch overview. I want to start with something that I believe not a lot of people has noticed yet. We had only 1 GB added to PC with patch 17.5, but for consoles they had 6 times more. Now, I know that console usually gets more file space every patch, but I decided to check the previous 3 patches and check for yourself. The average patch size for console is usually a bit more than double compared to PC. So why did they add 6 times more this time? Well, I can't be 100% sure, but it seems like Bethesda is already preloading some Wastelanders content ahead of time. After all, they have informed us multiple times that they have been doing a lot of backstage work in preparation for the upcoming DLC. This patch was no exception, so this is most likely what is happening here. Plus, consoles are known to have way less hackers and cheaters, so it is a bit safer to release hidden content without it being discovered, unlike it usually happens on PC. Anyhow, a huge part of this patch consisted of behind-the-scenes work for the DLC, as mentioned. Therefore, it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone regarding the very few patch notes and, of course, the lack of new content. Let's proceed. Another major part of patch 17.5 was about stability for all platforms. We have one vague point where Bethesda claims to have fixed several issues that were causing servers to crash when the world was under a heavy load. Now, this could be referring to the recent discovered exploits or not. It could be a lot of things, but I'm glad servers are crashing less now. At least I haven't crashed once after the update came live, and that's always a positive sign. We also had 2 stability points for Xbox One. One about an interface issue that could cause the game client to crash, and the second was a fix to the game client that could also crash while trying to reconnect to the internet. Finally, they have solved an issue in PS4 where the client would crash if you disconnected from Fallout 76. That's it for the improvement section. Great news for all the builders out there who struggle with the camp budget. Floors got a decreased budget consumption with patch 17.5, or did they for real? I have tested this and I have compared my camp budget after the patch with footage right before the patch went live, and I can't see the difference. Really, the bars look the exact same to me. So what does this mean then? Well, it could mean 2 things. One, the change was so small that it's not really perceptible unless you have dozens of floors, or 2, they haven't really changed anything. To be honest, I only have 7.5 floors in my camp, so if they decreased, let's say 0.01% per floor, that wouldn't be perceptible in my camp. I have too few floors to test it properly, I believe. In the end, this change will hardly affect your camp budget or give you any free space at all, unless of course you are using dozens of floors. Then it might make a small difference. We had 2 bug fixes for NUKA items with the new patch. For instance, the NUKA stairs were preventing enemies from being able to walk up or down and get inside players' camps. Now that seems to be fixed. Enemies are now climbing NUKA stairs just like any other type of stairs in game. The second item fixed was the NUKA vending machine, which would show as permanently damaged before the patch. Now, after repairing the machine, it will look as brand new, just as it's supposed to be. I have visited several camps with this item and none of them appear to be broken, so I'm assuming this change is in place. Another bug fix in the patch notes is about the NUKA dark skin for power armors, which would sometimes display see-through parts from the interior. I actually saw this bug once using my regular NUKA power armor skin, but sadly I don't have the footage to show you how it looked like. So this bug was not an exclusive for the NUKA dark skin, it was also for other skins. Anyway, it seems like the bug got fixed, but there is something off with the skins still. There is like no texture between the power armor pieces, such as between the legs and armpits. It just looks plain, dull and wrong, like something is just not right. Hopefully this is something that will get fixed in the near future. For this point, I guess Bethesda forgot to add all the entries for the oval holiday string lights back in Christmas 2019, because they have just added another version that can be placed on walls. But it's not necessarily new. I don't have the Atomic Shop item, but I do have the Christmas Survival Tent skin, which has different types of holiday lights. Some of them are hanging on the walls. So it's like 1 + 1. I'm confident that the new model they added is one of those that you can see inside or outside the survival tent. That's a fine addition, but Christmas happened 2 months ago, so I guess this will only be appreciated 10 months from now. Well, we have new Atomic Shop items as it typically happens every Tuesday. It's the sports week for some reason, and you can find 2 new costumes, one related to baseball, the Wasteland Wado, and the other is a mascot for the Grafton Monster. Then you have a ball loot bag skin, a new cap, as well as 2 new wall paints, one green and one yellow with a fisherman. And a really awesome skin for the Grognak axe. It's full of metal and it kinda looks like a hockey stick. Finally, we have some new posters and a new photo mode frame. There are also returning items such as the football uniform, a red bat skin and some photo mode emotes. Now let me show you dozens of exciting entries that were data mined a few days ago. They are part of the game files and will most likely be released at some point. Here's the preview. So, we are getting some more barbarian items such as new icons, a new costume like in Conan Exiles. It's pretty much like being naked though. The headgear for it, it's a tiara or a crown with metal parts in the front. There is also a new mace skin, which will most likely be for the axes or bone hammer since we don't have a mace. Then we have a barbarian throne made out of stone with some adornments like skulls and spikes. A new barbarian toy will be joining the plushie collection in Fallout 76. Also, we are getting 2 large new carpets following the barbarian theme, which look quite rustic and abstract, I must say. They will fit many camps for sure. Now we have some more responders items, like this new outfit with a paramedic top and a fireman bottom. It looks like a mixed outfit, a proper first aid responder one. It comes with a blue hat and the responder symbol in front. There will be a new display case for magazines as well in deep blue with some unstoppable heroes on the side. And then we have a lot of lucky green stuff for you. I'm not sure how else to call this topic. You have a green gala hat as well as a mascot Pip-Boy head with a green hat on. It's like Inception, you know. There will be even an evil version of that, which looks quite disturbing. Finally, we have the green gala suit, very fancy, very elegant. I dislike green, so this is not for me, but hey, maybe it will be for you. Lastly, we have a similar suit in rags, ripped apart, and it's a perfect match for the evil mascot hat. There is a new random outfit, DATAMINED too. The head part looks like a sports cap made out of leather. It's bizarre, since the outfit looks like a mix of gardener with builder. Oh, and you get some orange headphones around your neck. It looks really out of place to me. Maybe this is a radio repair outfit or something, who knows. Anyway, it seems like rad barrels will make it to our camps. They will have a cactus plant growing on top with a nuke explosion shape. I hope they will give you rats if you come close to them. It would be really useful for bloodied builds. There is also a new pre-made workhouse, just like the dome and automobile entries we have in game right now. I'm sure it's bigger inside than what it looks like. Well, new roofs will also come at some point, and that's a blessing. We really needed that after so long. If you like red, then this turret skin will be a must-have for your camp. They surely look flashy as hell. And now, are you ready for the big revelation? We will be able to add bushes and trees to our constructions. I never thought this day would come, but here we are. There will be naked trees, and you can even choose the leaf color, green or yellow. It's kinda like choosing the seasons for your camp. That's a really great detail to add to the game. Now you can make a proper garden. Lastly, we have 5 new unstoppable wall posters, all very colorful and featuring the many heroes from the series. If you have a favorite character, then chances are you will find a new poster to decorate your camp, or cosplay with it, as you prefer. There will be a wall skin as well, featuring the unstoppable heroes as you can see. Well, that's plenty of new entries for one video, don't you think? Since patch 17.5 went live, I've seen multiple reports from players claiming their social tab is not working anymore. I've received Discord messages and comments about it too. People over Reddit made a few posts about the issue, so I'm pretty sure it is real. I haven't experienced any issues myself with the social tab after the patch went live, but I did have issues in the past, so I know how it looks like. Basically, your friends list will not load. It's like you have an empty social tab. You cannot see any names, therefore you can join your friends' servers or team up for Nuclear Winter, for example. Restarting the game does nothing. This means you can only play alone and join random servers when you have this bug. That's about it. Well, if your friend is not bugged, then he or she can join you still, but vice versa won't be possible. This can be a very upsetting issue, so I hope Bethesda gets a hold of it in the following days. In case you haven't watched my recent videos, there is a new wave of griefing in Appalachia. I fell victim to a group of trolls who are using an exploit to bypass the pacifist mode and kill anyone they want in adventure mode. So be aware that you could easily become the next victim. They will use NUKA grenades or mines which inflict radiation damage on other players despite the status of your pacifist mode. They can even instantly kill you by using an exploit with Rose's Syringe. Make sure to store your junk items often, and if you want to go AFK, lock the doors or wear a hazmat suit, for example. There is plenty you can do to protect yourself. If you would like to know more, then feel free to check my other news video. I've conducted a series of tests to understand how it all works and what can be done to prevent this sort of grief. I have discovered a brand new bug one day before the patch went live, and it's still in game right now, so I think you should really be aware of it. Sometimes while crafting or even looting from bags, items will not register and won't appear in your inventory. They will just vanish into thin air. This happened to me twice in one day. First, I crafted different types of mines and the plasma mine just didn't show up in my inventory, even though I had just crafted. Then later I dropped a NUKA mine for my ult, and when I picked it up with it, it was also gone. Nowhere to be found in my inventory. Several people have reported this issue in my previous videos. Someone even claimed he lost hundreds of crafted bullets due to this bug. I've also heard this issue affects purchased items, so watch out and don't be surprised if something similar happens to you. We are getting closer to the end, and I have some emerging bugs that were heavily reported over Reddit since patch 17.5 was released. Now, while inspecting the X01 power armor pieces, there is a chance you will see the model for something else, an item that is not yet in game. Rumors indicate this will be a new item in Wastelanders. It surely looks futuristic. Apparently, canned dog food has a new bug where it duplicates itself and doesn't affect your hunger meter at all, as reported by a dozen of players. That's really bad news for dog meat lovers. Scorch beasts seem to be affected by a new bug where they have a no cooldown with their sonic wave, which means they will only hit you with it until you kill them, as reported by many people. To be honest, I think I saw this yesterday, but I usually kill them so fast that I'm not 100% sure. Thirst and hunger meters have been a topic of discussion almost every patch, and people are again reporting that you need to eat and drink more than before. I can't say for sure. I'm spamming water and food all the time since, well, many months ago. I did notice a change some patches ago, but right now I don't feel much of a difference, honestly. I saved the best for last, which is a funny bug I found after doing a Scorched Earth event. These stones from a petrified body were super bugged, as you can see. They were floating in the air, stuck for eternity, and I took my time to pretend I can control the force, do magic, something alike. I mean, it surely looks like I'm doing magic, except I'm not. I'm just looking at the bright side of bugs. Every now and then, you gotta do that in Fallout 76. It's some sort of meditation. It makes you feel better. PAX East 2020 is happening tomorrow in Boston, and as you surely know, Bethesda will be there. A few days ago, some of you asked me to create a reminder for the event, so here it is. Don't forget there will be 2 Fallout 76 panels, one with the game devs who will answer community questions live, and then a Wastelanders Preview will be released too. The second panel will feature Shad, a Fallout 76 podcast, which has been quite a surprise, or the mystery. Nobody knows if Bethesda and the chat team have been working together to create a new story or something alike. Now, Bethesda always streams their events, so you can go to their Twitch or YouTube page to watch PAX East live and get all the news first-handed. If you can't make it tomorrow, don't worry, I will cover the event and make an overview video with the highlights. Don't forget the panel starts tomorrow at 2 PM ET time or 7 PM GMT time. My reminding job is now complete. Patch 17.5 was far from being large, but the number of growing issues is quite concerning in my opinion. At first, I was thinking this video would be quite short, but after researching, checking Reddit, talking to people and testing things myself, I ended up with a lot of points that are not part of the patch notes, but they are a direct or a passive result of the patch itself. Some are just there after the patch went live, and I think you really should know about it. I'm really excited for PAX East tomorrow. Let's see what news Bethesda will bring us. I really can't wait. I'm Marta Branco, thank you so much for your support and well for watching until now. If you just got here, then consider subscribing to help the channel grow. Feel free to check my Patreon page too if you'd like to support my content even further. The link is below the video, as always. That's it, I will see you guys and girls very soon. Until then, take care of yourselves. Adeus, bye bye!